Hey y'all. So I said I was gonna post a video on the Ahmaud Arbery trial, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that today because this is actually a perfect day to do that, right? Um so I hope that you guys been watching because if you've been watching, you're informed. Um the trial has started off like any other trial. You know, I've seen a lot of these trials now. That's pretty sad, but I have. And it started off like, any other trial, presenting the evidence and all this good stuff, right? A little bit of racism sprinkled in every now and again because you in Georgia. So, okay. Um, a small town in Georgia. I ain't gonna say all of Georgia, but small town in Georgia. So yeah, it was some racism sprinkled in there every now and again. Um, But yesterday and today, the race alarm has just been going off and blasting. Um, let's first of all talk about yesterday, uh, about the one of the defense attorneys being mad about being mad about I'm trying to think about which one. Being mad about Al Sharpton being in the courtroom that day. Well, not that day, the day before. So he didn't even know he was in the courtroom. I guess somebody brought it to his attention, or maybe media brought it to his attention that Al Sharpton was in the courtroom. So all of a sudden he brought it up in open court on national TV in front of the judge. The most explosive thing that he pretty much said was he doesn't want any black. No, he said we don't want any black men, any black pastors coming in here. And I was like, whoa! And then you can hear like an audible gasp for like some of the people in the courtroom, and then I think like his co-counsel kind of like held her head down, like wow, like I don't know. I think that he probably meant to say like I don't want any celebrity black ministers or prominent black ministers, but in every black community, the ministers are a prominent like celebrity pretty much. I mean, there's no other way I can really say it, but they are the leaders of the community. Like they're a backbone of the community. I don't understand the whole black pastors thing. Would it be better if he was a white pastor or a Hispanic pastor or an Asian pastor? Because every pastor is a prominent celebrity person in their community. People know them as the pastor in the community. So, yeah, that was the first racist thing that just really bothered me. It ticked me like a little bit, and it, yeah. Today, today really pissed me off. They showed a deposition of the guy. I think his name is Larry English. He actually owned the home that Ahmaud Arbery was walking through, the house under construction. His deposition, uh, they showed him making, or in his deposition they played his 911 call that he constantly kept making to the police about people in his house. Not just Ahmaud Arbery. There was some kids that ran through the house. It had been other people that went through the house just looky-loos looking in that house because it's under construction. Of course you're curious. Like if you've never seen a house under construction before, hell yeah, I'm gonna probably keep going in there because I'm probably curious. Like, wow, what have they done now? What did they get now? Or how far did they get, now? So he's on a 911 call. He see my Ivory Coat going there, and he's like, I see this colored man. And then he didn't say colored one time. He said colored like 2 or 3 times. And I was just like, wow. And I think he's like 51 years old. And I was like, wow. I mean, I'm 33. At 51, you still using in 2021 or 2020, 2019 when that happened, you're still using the word colored. And what the sad thing about it was is really colored is to symbolize like a black person, but really I think color was supposed to be like for anybody that was a different color other than white. But then even the 911 operator was like, okay, so it was a black guy, African American male. And I'm just like, oh my god, that is just so racist. Like, I'm more than just a colored girl. That's wow. First thing pissed me off. Second thing pissed me off. They got an officer on the stand that's currently being sued civilly by the family, and he should be. So basically, he is being buddy buddy with the guy that owns the house, as well as the fools in the neighborhood. And on his video, he's sitting up there and encouraging their suspicion of people walking through that property and not doing anything. Like pretty much saying, how can I explain it? Like hyping each other up, where you would think the officers would just be like, you know what, it's just somebody walking through the house, they didn't steal anything. If you see anything else, call us, we'll come out, we'll check. But instead, he engaged in the BS about what was going on in the community, and the house got broken into 3 doors down. And all that puts in the mind that was Ahmaud that did that. But they even had talked about like another white guy in the community that went to jail, I think, for breaking into stuff, and another white guy went to jail for selling drugs in the community. But they never suspected that those guys were stealing anything. They never said that, oh, maybe kids in the community were stealing, maybe teens, maybe it could have been anybody in the community. But you don't have Ahmaud Arbery on camera or anywhere else stealing anything. And then plus, why the hell would you steal something and you wearing basketball shorts and a light shirt? If I'm gonna steal something, I'm gonna bring a bag with me. But just stupid stuff that people didn't even just take a second thought to think. You just went into your conspiracy theories and your own understanding, and you just kept running with it until you fell into a stupid wall. Just idiots. So then the second thing that disturbed me was that they knew how many black people was in their community. Oh, and let's say the way they said it, it's 2 blacks in the community, 2 black families. So apparently we not gonna call them by their name because you don't even know their name. You know everybody else in the community name, but you don't know their name. So you just call them the blacks in the community. So it ain't that many blacks around here, and the only blacks in the community is the people on the end, and it could have. And then they went into, they got all girls at that house, and so it may have been one of their boyfriends. And I'm like, what the? Y'all are just, and the officer was just going along with it, not stopping it, not saying like, hey, you guys, we don't know, let's not make assumptions. No, it was, yeah, yeah, though it could have been one of those girls' boyfriends. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just, I guess I'm just so sick and tired of the racism. It needs to be. I wish people would stop looking at black people like we some type of enemy. I don't look at white people like they the enemy. I look at white people like you are who you are, and I look at people in general. You are who you are, and I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt until you fuck me over. And so that's how I feel about people. But for people to have like judgment against black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, whatever, you stupid. You real stupid. And that's how stupid things like this happen, because of stupid people like you that can't control your inner thoughts. And this is where you need to apply logic and check your logic at the door if you're one of those people. I do this with love, y'all. Peace.